Hi everyone, it's Kirei here for Bramble Fox with a layout using the fabulous new October Fox box, and I love the colours. Not, it's probably one of my favourite seasons, mainly because of the colours. I just love the sort of oranges, the golds, and yeah, everything that goes with it. Anyway, I'm using the October Fox box, the paper snips number 63, and the Fox cut number 107, which is the stencil that I have here, and they come with the Fox box plus. Now, I love this large leaf stencil, and I just knew I had to use them in some way. And I thought, right, I'm going to use them as large embellishments. So, just got a piece of light sort of scrap white card essentially, and I'm using some distress oxides. Now, I've got a real mix of colours here. So, I think I've got fossilized amber, carved pumpkin, abandoned coral and aged mahogany here, and I'm just doing each one using an ink blending tool. Now I would just say the spines on the leaves are really fine, so when you are stenciling, be really quite gentle with it, because I did have a few practices and I just had to make sure I had made them, kept them quite still, so don't move your ink blending tool heavily over some of those very fine veins on the leaves, otherwise it'll just sort of move. And then I've got the second leaf, and I'm using here, I think I've got walnut stain and weathered wood. I'm just adding to the acorns, and then I'm going to go down and I'm going to start with, I think it's wild honey. Yep. And then it's dried marigold, ripe persimmon. I think I come in and add another one. Yeah, I think I add in the abandoned coral, I think, from, yeah, possibly. But you can see you get that really lovely blended sort of tonal effect of those beautiful autumn colours for the leaves. Yeah, that's right. I do bring in an extra one over there. Yes. Um, So, I'm going to do four of the leaves. I'm going to use two in each cluster. I'm going to fussy cut each one out. Now, I was actually starting to get a bottle there to spritz them, but I thought I'm going to just practice it. And actually, I was glad I did, because I didn't like how it looked. So I've got the four fussy cut now, and I've got some gold ink, and I'm just going to add splatters to each of the leaves using this gold ink. So yeah, so I was happy I had a practice before I started spraying that shimmery sort of spritz all over the leaves. Yeah. So anyway, so I've got those, and then I will let them dry, so then I can start working on the actual layout. But yeah, I just love how the colours blend together and just how they look. Yeah. So happy with that. So I'm going to use white cardstock background, and then I'm just going to use, I pulled out from my stash actually. It's an older Hip Kit Club. It's from October 2023. So it has obviously the sort of autumnal type colours in it. I've got 6 photos here, and as I have been doing recently, I've been going for multi-photo layouts, which I've been loving. I think they really tell a story, because you get much more detail on them. So I'm sticking with that here. They won't all, I don't think I'm going to do every layout with multi-photos. Some of them just lend to being one or two. Certainly I've been really enjoying it. So you're probably going to see more of them definitely coming up. So I picked out this sort of wood grain paper. I'm just mounting the 6 photos onto, and then I can cut that out and distress the edges. And then I've just pulled out a selection of other pattern papers in the sort of similar tones. So I've got sort of yellowy, orangey tones, greys, sort of softer actually, because I really wanted the leaves to pop. So I've not gone for really bright coloured papers that I'm going to layer up as a background, because, as I say, I really wanted to make the leaves the star of the show. Okay, so I've got the paper snips here, super cute. So I'm just fussy cutting out a number of the elements from there. I've got the cute little hedgehog, the squirrel, I've got some of the leaves and the little acorns, and then a couple of the phrases. I say a couple, I've got about 4 of the phrases as well. So here's the pattern papers I pulled out, and as I said, I've kept to sort of softer colours, because as you'll see, I'm going to add in those leaves, and they just really pop, which I love. So I'm going to distress all the pieces of the pattern paper and get them stuck down, and then I can start to get my photos down and all of the embellishments. Here we go. I think as by magic, I've moved on. Yep. So yeah, so I'll add my photos and I'll just add some foam pads to the top edge and then I'll stick them flat at the bottom. So just working out where it's all going to sit. But yes, so it feels a bit weird, I guess, scrapping autumn right now, but I do love it. It feels like we've had sort of very summery vibes for quite a while now. So yeah, so it's quite nice moving into doing something a little bit different, and yeah, certainly loving autumn colours. Okay, I am just going around here and I'm just lifting all of the edges up, the distressed edges again. I do love the sort of texture that that gets rather than having the very flat layers. So I'm just going around with doing that. I shouldn't do it with my nails. It's not really great, is it? But anyway, I do. Okay, so I'm going to add, yeah, the two leaves on either side. I cut the acorns off because I felt like they were going to end up quite hidden, and then I can just add them back in. That one on the left, I honestly moved the acorns around for ages. Didn't quite decide where I was happy with. Anyway, they do end up, at the top in the end. Okay, and I think I'm going to start getting things stuck down now. So, yeah, and then I can add the other fussy cut elements over that and create some little embellishment clusters. So, for those of you who don't know about the Fox Box, pop on over to bramblefox.co.uk. You will find all of the details under Fox Box, and it's a monthly collection of acrylic embellishments that are delivered directly to your door once you subscribe. And you have two options: you have the Fox Box and you have the Fox Box Plus. And the Fox Box Plus gives you the paper snips and the Fox Cut, the stencil. So, the two elements that I'm using here. So yeah, so pop on over and you'll find out all the details. Okay, so now I'm placing down the little fussy cut elements from the paper snips, and I've used quite a lot of these actually. They're perfect for building up little embellishment clusters. And then I've brought in the perspective. So I've got some of the leaves from the Fox Box. I'm using Autumn as a title, and I've got a number of the leaves in the gold and the sort of mustard tone, and I'm just playing around with where they're actually going to sit. So yeah, but now I'm going to start to get some things stuck down, which is always a good thing, because then I can't really move anything again, can I? I do take some time fiddling around, making sure I'm happy with where everything goes, and I'm still working out. And I've done this off camera because I have to, because otherwise this would be such a long video of you watching me fiddle around trying to work out where everything goes. But anyway, yeah. So I'm yeah, getting things stuck down, popping in. I've got the little yeah, there we go, adding another little leaf. I love the ones with the gold sort of shimmer to them. They're really pretty. And the little cute squirrel here, and some more of those fussy cut leaves. So yeah, there we go. I've got that leaf there. I do move it in a minute, actually. Well, I do move it now. But I stick it down and I sort of, yeah, tucked it in under there. But I have another leaf and then realise I want to change it. So luckily, I'm figured that out quite quickly and pull it off. And there you go. And then I'm adding the little sort of mustard coloured leaf in, and then the gold one I'm going to add at the top because I didn't really want to hide as much of the gold one. So yeah, because it just adds a nice bit of shimmer. Okay, so a little bit, I've moved on now. I've added a few more vellum leaves into the clusters. I'm just popping in these phrases. So I've got joyful memories and autumn splendor down there on the right. And then up here with the hedgehog, I've got gather together and all the colors, which worked perfectly. It was a trip I did last year with my scrapbooking friends. We spent a week in a beautiful barn in Herefordshire, just scrapbooking and honestly sitting in a hot tub, drinking cocktails and having just a wonderful time. Anyway, we went out for the day to a place called Simmons Yacht, which these are these photos. And we did one of those sort of treasure trails where you have clues that you have to follow and go around. So it was really good fun. We got lots of great photos. The weather was actually glorious. So yeah, it was just perfect. So now I'm just adding in a few extra little embellishments, some little pearls. I've added my autumn title. Sorry, but I think I did that. I've cut something off. But the autumn, and I've just raised it on foam pads underneath. I added fun. I am going to change that. And I do add a few little felt toadstools off camera. But here's the final layout. There you go. You can see I've changed it now. It's autumn vibes. And I just love those leaves, the from the stencil that I've used. They really, really pop from the layout. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the process video, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.